Okay, I promised myself I'm not going to spend too much time on daily exercise, but this is my personal passion. I want you to think about one thing, that when we exercise, we teach our brains that our behavior matters. And I want you to also learn something from a friend of mine, Dr. Yanni Friedhoff, in his book, The Diet Fix. This is where I learned something, and I love the way that Yanni presents this information. He basically says, if you're trying to lose weight and exercise is important, it's a mathematical formula, calories in, calories out. We're not arguing the laws of thermodynamics. But here's the kicker, is that we need to start rebranding exercise not as a weight management pill, but as the world's best possible medicine. Because the simple truth is, if you're not exercising to start with, well, it's not doing you any good. It's not helping you manage your weight. Two, even if you're exercising for an hour, you're likely only going to burn between an additional 300 to maybe 700 calories maximum an hour. And most of us don't exercise for an hour or more every day. So if you want to get your weight under control, if you're trying to manage your health, you need to start thinking of exercise as the world's best medicine, and you need to do it every day. But if you're trying to manage your weight, you do that with diet, not with exercise. Okay? Exercise is not a weight management tool. Diet is. So that's a big piece of the puzzle that a lot of people will be missing when they start to do exercise programs. So in my mind, exercise has become more about sport and performance and quality of life. So as an athlete, I think exercise helps me to perform better. But I also think, hey, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not getting paid to perform. I want to get the most value from the exercise that I'm doing. So then when I train, I don't get caught up in arguments about, oh, what exercise is better? Should I do aerobic or anaerobic? Should I do HIIT workout? Should I do compound weightlifting? Should I run? Should I cycle? What should I do? There's always going to be an advocate for every type of exercise and the next flavor of the month that comes up. Here's my practical, rational advice to you. You want to have a healthy heart. If your heart stops beating, you're dead. So let's start with having a healthy heart. You do that through aerobic activity. That means getting your heart rate up above 60% of your maximum heart rate. Somewhere between 60 and 80% is the aerobic zone. You want to stay in there. Closer to 80% is probably better. And the less fit you are, the quicker it's going to get there. The more fit you are, the harder you have to work to keep your heart rate up. That's a positive result of fitness. But here's something that I want to share with everybody because this is really personal to me. My grandmother died of Alzheimer's and dementia or complications from that disease. My father died at 74 from Alzheimer's and dementia or complications from that disease. I haven't forgotten what it looks like for somebody to suffer and die in a nursing home. And I don't want to be the next person in line. So if you have any friends out there that are concerned about Alzheimer's and dementia, I watched a great TED Talk with a neuroscientist who put it this way. They said, when you do exercise, when you're working out aerobically, you get something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factors, which help stimulate the growth of new brain cells in your hippocampus. Good stuff, especially if you've spent a lifetime destroying brain cells. Hey, good news is you can start growing new ones. That's a positive side effect. If you do have genetics that say, hey, you think I'm predisposed to get this disease because my father had it, his mother had it, I must be next. The good news is that less than 1% of cases of Alzheimer's and dementia worldwide are what we call familiar, meaning that it's an inherited genetic problem. Yes, you inherit some genetics from your parents. You may be predisposed to gaining or getting certain chronic diseases, but it's usually your environmental factors, not the genetics, that are going to cause you to get that disease. So by doing the right kinds of exercise, they've actually found in studies that anaerobic exercise, like playing hockey or sprinting or basketball, when you're either sprinting or sprinting and stopping, you don't get the BDNFs. But when you're working out at a consistent pace between 60 and 80% of your maximum heart rate, that's when you get the new brain cells. So when I train as an athlete, yes, I could push myself harder to get better results at the race day, but I don't care. I'm not a professional athlete. I just want to be, youthful in my activities and enjoying life. and I want to have a happy and healthy life to start with. So for me, exercise has always been about quality of life, but now even more so, I try to be an advocate for good science. And the good science that states that, you know what, yes, spend 80% of your time doing aerobic activity and 20% of your time doing some sort of weight training, compound movements, push-ups, natural body weight resistance training. All that stuff is awesome. But please do not look at exercise as being an effective weight management tool. Exercise is the best medicine, but diet is your way to getting a healthy and happy weight that you can be comfortable with. All right, thanks guys. Sorry for the rant, but we'll get on to the next subject in your journal right now.